Stampers, this is Lisa with Queen Bee Creations, and I'm here to teach you how to make this adorable little gift bag. And it has an open closure, and I've got Hershey's Kisses on the inside of mine, but it can hold anything you'd like. Let's get started. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 7 inches by 11 inches. And then I have some additional cardstock to be layers on top of that. This one is going to be 2 7/8 by 4 7/8. So this one will be 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. And then I have the top flap. So this piece is 2.5 by 3, scored at 1/2 inch. And my layers to go over that are 1 7/8 by 2 7/8. And then 2 3/4 by 1 3/4. And then I have 2 pieces that I have cut using the stylish shapes, and they started out as 3 inch by 3 inch. I used the second largest square and the third largest circle. This piece is going to need to be scored. So I'm going to bring in my scoring board. This is called the Simply Scored. We're going to be using the smaller end of our stylus, and we're going to score this at 2 inches, 5 inches, 7 inches, and 10 inches. Then I'm going to spin this 90 degrees and score at 2 inches again. Now we're going to burnish all of those with our bone folder. This piece here is going to be the piece that we're going to close our bag with. So we're not going to need this bottom part. So I'm going to go ahead and use paper snips and cut that off. And then this lower part, this is going to be the flaps to my box. And so I'm going to take out the score line. A little extra with this one, so we'll have to make sure that's an inside flap. Okay, now when this goes together, I'm going to want adhesive here. So that's where I'm going to bring in the tear and tape. I prefer to use tear and tape when making boxes because it's a good strong tape. And then I'm going to adhere them together with the box flat. That's going to ensure that I stay square. Those two in, and then these two. So that's going to be my bottom. Then I'm just going to want to pinch this together. And that's what's going to make this shape that I'm going for with my bag. And then I told you this was going to be the flap. So this is going to adhere inside here. So I'm going to want to angle this a little bit so that it goes neatly inside, but still remains the 3 inches on the outside that we're looking for. And I'm going to want to use my corner rounder. I decided I was going to make the edges of this box have this decorative corner. Now to use this, I want to make sure that my paper is butted up against both of those stops, and I'm going to press down square in the middle. Okay, I've already got this one stamped. That's going to go over the top. And then I'm going to want this one so that I have a little bit of extra time to line up my edges. I'm going to put liquid adhesive on the back because that gives me time to wiggle it around, kind of making sure that I'm matching up my accents. Now I'm going to want tear and tape across here. And then I'm going to make the back edge line up with that score line. And that will fold over to the front, just like that. And I'm going to adhere these 2 layers to the front. It does have a small 1/8 inch border, so if you're more comfortable, you can use the liquid glue so you have your wiggle time. And then you can choose to make the closure with either the mini magnets or the little Velcro dots. These are self-adhesive. These would be adhered with mini glue dots. And how I would do that was I would let the magnets fold together the way that they go. Just they're only going to go one way due to the way magnets work. And I'm going to place that on there with that glue dot. Now see, my other one's kind of still loose, so I'm going to put a second glue dot on the back of that one. And then when I close this and press, it's going to make that glue dot stick. And that will make it align with where I want it to close. So there you go. There's that part. And then I just die cut the square and the circle. I'm going to go ahead and just adhere those together. And then to the front of my box. I decided to put a ribbon around the top. And so I brought in my bow maker tool. And then I'm going to adhere this to the top by wrapping it around the backside and putting a glue dot underneath. If you wanted to hide the ends, I would suggest that you wrap it around the evening evergreen layer so that the ends of your ribbon would be buried between the cherry cobbler and the evening evergreen. There we go. There's our gift box. Thank you for joining me.